Good morning, champions. I want you to imagine something for a second. Imagine it's December 31st, 2025. The year has come and gone. Did you achieve what you set out to do? Did you grow? Did you conquer? Did you live at the highest level possible? Or are you standing in the same place, wondering why another year slipped through your fingers? Let me tell you something powerful. If you truly want success in your life, you need to put God first. Now, I know in a world that glorifies hustle, achievement, and self-made success, this might sound like a radical idea, but listen to me. When you align your life with God's purpose, you step into a power far beyond your own. You tap into the supernatural. You move with divine wisdom. Doors open that you never could have forced open. Connections appear that you never could have orchestrated. Success isn't just about money in the bank, titles on a resume, or followers on a screen. Real success is living in alignment with the calling on your life. And make no mistake, each and every one of you has a calling. But the question is, are you listening? See, too many people wake up and try to grind their way to success without consulting the one who holds the blueprint for their life. They chase everything except the very thing that will bring them true fulfillment. And what happens? They burn out. They lose their passion. They feel empty, even when they make it. But when you put God first, something shifts. You move with faith, not fear. You operate from purpose, not pressure. You have peace even in the storm because you know who's guiding the ship. So how do you put God first in 2025? One, start your day with Him. The first voice you hear in the morning shouldn't be social media, emails, or the news. It should be God. Take time to pray, to reflect, to ask, what do you want me to focus on today? When you start with Him, you gain clarity, direction, and confidence. 2, walk in faith, not just in plans. When you pour into others, when you lead with love, when you make an impact, God blesses you in ways you never expected. The more you give, the more you receive. It's a universal law. 4, stay in the Word. You can't win a battle if you don't have the right weapons. God's Word is your strength, your guidance, your fuel. Read it, meditate on it, let it shape your mindset. Because if you think right, you'll act right. And if you act right, you'll live right. 5, expect great things. Stop playing small. Stop praying small prayers. God didn't create you for mediocrity. He created you for greatness. But He will only take you as far as your faith allows. If you want massive success in 2025, start believing bigger. Start expecting God to do something extraordinary in your life. Listen to me. This year can be the year everything changes. But it starts with a choice. Will you put God first? Will you align your goals with His purpose? Will you step into faith and take action like you never have before? Because when you do, success isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Let's make 2025 the year of unstoppable, unshakable, God-powered success. Are you with me? Success is often defined by personal ambition, hard work, and persistence, but true, lasting success is about something much deeper. It's not just about what we desire or the goals we set for ourselves. It's about fulfilling the mission we were created for. When we align our vision with God's purpose, we tap into something far greater than our personal ambition. We step into a divine flow where everything begins to make sense and our path becomes clearer. It doesn't mean we won't face challenges, but it does mean that those challenges will no longer have the power to derail us because we are walking in alignment with something greater. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with success is that they chase the wrong things. They pursue careers, status, relationships, and material possessions without ever asking if those things are in alignment with what God has planned for them. This is why so many people achieve what looks like success from the outside, but still feel unfulfilled. They climb the ladder only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. They push themselves harder, thinking that more effort will bring them the satisfaction they seek. But instead, they end up exhausted and wondering why their success doesn't bring them peace. The key to true success is not just working harder, it's working in alignment with divine purpose. When you align your vision with God's purpose, your work becomes meaningful. You stop striving just for the sake of achievement and start operating with a deeper sense of mission. You wake up every morning with clarity because you know that what you're doing is not just about you. It's about serving a greater purpose, making an impact, and fulfilling a calling that was placed inside you before you were even born. Many people think they need to figure everything out on their own. They believe that success comes from careful planning, strategic moves, and relentless execution. While these things matter, they are incomplete without divine direction. God's purpose for your life is bigger than anything you could dream up on your own. Your vision may be limited by what you think is possible, but God's vision for you is limitless. The moment you shift your mindset from, what do I want, to what does God want for me, everything changes. Your decisions become clearer, your efforts become more impactful, and your progress becomes exponential. Some people resist aligning their vision with God's purpose because they fear it will mean giving up their dreams. They worry that surrendering to God's plan means losing control over their own destiny. But the truth is, when you align with God's purpose, you don't lose, you gain. You gain clarity, wisdom, and supernatural guidance. You gain strength in moments of weakness and courage when fear tries to hold you back. You gain opportunities you never could have created on your own because you're no longer relying solely on your own abilities. This shift in perspective requires trust. Trusting that God's plan is greater than anything you could design on your own. Trusting that even when you don't understand the process, the outcome is worth it. Trusting that the doors that close are just as much a part of your success as the ones that open. Sometimes what feels like a setback is actually a divine redirection. When you are aligned with God's purpose, you begin to see delays, obstacles, and even failures differently. You recognize that every experience is shaping you, preparing you, and positioning you for something greater. Another major barrier to success is comparison. Too many people get distracted by what others are doing. They see someone else achieving success and think they need to follow the same path. But your purpose is unique. You were not created to fit into someone else's journey. When you align your vision with God's purpose, you stop chasing what others have and start walking confidently in your own lane. You stop worrying about whether you are keeping up and start focusing on becoming the best version of who you were designed to be. Distractions will always be present. The world is full of noise, social media, trends, opinions, and pressures. If you're not careful, you can get pulled in so many different directions that you lose sight of your true calling. That's why it's essential to stay connected to God daily. Prayer, meditation, and time in Scripture help you keep your vision aligned. They remind you of what truly matters and keep you focused on the bigger picture. Fear is another major obstacle that prevents people from stepping into their divine purpose. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and even the fear of success can hold you back. But when you align your vision with God's purpose, you realize that fear has no power over you. You begin to operate with faith instead of doubt. You stop letting fear dictate your choices because you understand that God is leading the way. The most successful people are not those who never experience fear, but those who choose to move forward despite it. Your gifts, talents, and passions were not placed inside you by accident. They are clues to your purpose. When you align your vision with God's purpose, you begin to use those gifts in ways that create impact. You stop settling for mediocrity because you recognize that you were created for greatness. Success is not just about personal gain. It's about service. It's about how you use what you've been given to make a difference in the world. One of the most powerful shifts that happen when you align with divine purpose is that you stop worrying about results and start focusing on obedience. You trust that as long as you are following the path God has set before you, success will come in the right way and at the right time. You stop forcing things to happen and start allowing things to unfold. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you take action with confidence, knowing that you are moving in the right direction. Too many people live their lives frustrated because they are trying to control everything. They want immediate results. They want things to happen on their timeline. But success is not always about speed. It's about direction. Moving fast in the wrong direction will not get you where you need to go. But when you align your vision with God's purpose, every step you take is meaningful, even if it feels slow. Opportunities will begin to show up when you least expect them. People will come into your life who can help you move forward. Ideas will spark that you never would have thought of on your own. Doors will open that you never could have opened by yourself. This is the power of alignment. When you are in sync with divine purpose, things start to work together in ways that are beyond human understanding. This is why some people seem to experience effortless success while others struggle for years without making progress. The difference is alignment. When you are aligned, you don't waste energy on things that don't matter. You don't chase after distractions. You don't get caught up in meaningless competition. You stay focused, disciplined, and confident, because you know that your path is designed specifically for you. The greatest breakthroughs happen when you stop trying to force your own vision and start embracing the vision God has for you. The moment you surrender the need to control everything is the moment you step into a level of success that is greater than anything you could have imagined. Alignment brings clarity, power, and an unstoppable momentum that propels you forward. When you align your vision with God's purpose, you stop striving and start thriving. You stop doubting and start believing. You stop chasing and start attracting. Success is no longer something you have to fight for. It becomes a natural byproduct of living in divine alignment. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles that hold people back from achieving success. It creeps in silently, disguising itself as logic, caution, or practicality. It convinces you to stay where you are because stepping out of your comfort zone feels risky. Fear whispers doubts, makes you question your abilities, and keeps you trapped in hesitation. But here's the truth. Fear is nothing more than an illusion designed to keep you small. If you let it control your decisions, it will rob you of the opportunities, growth, and success that are waiting for you. Fear does not prevent failure. It guarantees it. The only way to break free from its grip is to move before you see the full picture, to act even when the outcome is uncertain, and to trust that when you take a step forward, the path will reveal itself. Most people want certainty before they take action. They want to see the full roadmap, know every twist and turn, and have a guarantee of success before they begin. But life doesn't work that way. The most successful people are not those who wait until every condition is perfect. They are the ones who move forward in faith, even when the next step is unclear. Faith is the antidote to fear. It is the confidence that even if you can't see the whole journey, each step will lead you exactly where you need to be. When you walk in faith instead of fear, you step into a different reality, one where possibilities expand, doors open, and opportunities appear that you never could have planned for. The reason so many people stay stuck is that they rely too much on their own understanding. They analyze, overthink, and wait for the right time, which never comes. There is no perfect moment to start. There is no scenario where you will have all the answers before you begin. Every great success story starts with a leap of faith. Every breakthrough happens when someone decides to move despite uncertainty. When you operate from fear, you shrink your potential. When you operate from faith, you unlock limitless possibilities. Think about the times in your life when you hesitated because of fear. Maybe it was an opportunity you turned down because you didn't feel ready. Maybe it was a relationship you didn't pursue because you were afraid of rejection. Maybe it was a business idea you didn't act on because you weren't sure if it would work. How many blessings have you missed because fear kept you from moving? Fear is a liar. It tells you that failure is the end, when in reality, failure is just part of the process. It tells you that you're not ready, when in truth, no one is ever fully ready. It tells you to wait, but waiting only leads to regret. When you walk in faith instead of fear, you develop a new way of thinking. Instead of asking, what if I fail? You start asking, what if this works? Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, you focus on what could go right. Instead of seeking comfort, you seek growth. This shift in mindset is what separates those who achieve great things from those who stay stuck in the same place year after year. Faith gives you the courage to act even when you don't have all the answers. It gives you the resilience to keep going when obstacles arise. It gives you the strength to trust that every step forward is leading you towards something greater. Fear is not something you eliminate. It's something you overcome. It will always be present, trying to convince you to stay small. The difference between successful people and those who struggle is not the absence of fear, but their ability to move despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that fear will not control your life. Every time you push through fear, you weaken its hold on you. Every time you take action in faith, you build momentum. Each step forward makes the next step easier. The key to overcoming fear is taking action before you feel ready. Most people wait until they feel confident before they start. But confidence doesn't come first. Action does. The moment you start moving, your confidence grows. The more you step into the unknown, the more comfortable you become with uncertainty. Success is not about having all the answers. It's about having the faith to take the first step. Once you do, the path unfolds in ways you never imagined. Fear makes everything seem bigger than it is. It magnifies problems, exaggerates risks, and paralyzes you with overthinking. But when you step into action, you realize that most of what you were afraid of was just an illusion. The challenges you worried about turn out to be manageable. The obstacles you feared become stepping stones. The failures you dreaded become lessons that shape your success. Fear loses its power the moment you stop listening to it and start moving forward. Faith is not about ignoring reality. It's about seeing beyond it. It's about recognizing that your current circumstances do not define your future. It's about believing that even when things don't go as planned, you are still on the right path. Faith allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It gives you the endurance to keep going when others give up. It turns setbacks into setups for something greater. There will always be moments of doubt. There will always be times when fear tries to creep in. But the question is, will you let fear control you, or will you choose faith? Will you let uncertainty keep you stuck, or will you trust that the path will reveal itself as you move forward? The choice you make in those moments determines the direction of your life. One of the biggest lies fear tells you is that you are not enough, that you are not smart enough, talented enough, experienced enough. But here's the truth. You have everything you need to take the next step. You don't need more validation or more qualifications or more permission. You are already equipped with the gifts, skills, and purpose that will lead you to success. The only thing missing is the decision to act. Fear wants you to believe that staying where you are is safer than stepping into the unknown. But the reality is, staying in the same place is the greatest risk of all. Growth only happens when you move. Opportunities only appear when you take action. Success only comes when you step out in faith. The greatest regrets in life are not the risks we took, but the opportunities we let pass by because we were too afraid to act. If you look at the most successful people in any field, you will see a common pattern. They didn't wait for certainty, they created it through action. They didn't wait for confidence. They built it through movement. They didn't let fear hold them back. They used faith to push forward. Every great achievement started with someone who was willing to move before they saw the whole picture. You don't have to know every step to start moving. You don't have to see the entire journey to take the first step. All you need is the courage to trust that as you walk in faith, the way will become clear. Every action you take in faith weakens the grip of fear. Every step forward builds momentum. The more you trust the process, the more confident you become in your ability to navigate uncertainty. Fear will always try to hold you back, but it only has power if you let it. The moment you decide to act despite fear is the moment you take control of your future. When you walk in faith instead of fear, you become unstoppable. You open the door to opportunities, growth, and success that would have never been possible if you had stayed stuck in hesitation. Fear is a barrier, but faith is the key that unlocks everything you are meant to be. Success is often measured by what we accumulate: money, status, power, material possessions. The world teaches us that the more we have, the more successful we are. But real success is not about what we take, it's about what we give. Those who live only for themselves may achieve temporary wealth or recognition, but true fulfillment comes from impact. The most successful people are not just those who gain the most, but those who serve the most. Serving others is the key to long-term prosperity, not just financially, but in every area of life. When you prioritize contribution over consumption, you activate a powerful law of success that multiplies everything you give. Many people operate with a scarcity mindset, believing that giving means losing. They think that if they give their time, their knowledge, their resources, or their energy, they will have less for themselves. But this is not how the world truly works. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you pour into others, the more doors open for you. The most prosperous people in any industry understand this principle. They provide massive value before they expect anything in return. They help others succeed, and in doing so, they create opportunities, relationships, and influence that bring success right back to them. Some people hesitate to serve because they believe they don't have enough to give. They wait until they are wealthy, successful, or established before they start contributing. But giving is not about how much you have, it's about your mindset. You don't need millions of dollars to be generous. You don't need a huge platform to make a difference. You can serve with what you have, where you are, right now. You have skills, knowledge, experience, and resources that someone else needs. Every person, no matter where they are in life, has something to offer. The key is to stop focusing on what you lack and start focusing on how you can add value to others. Serving others creates a ripple effect that expands far beyond what you can see. A simple act of kindness, a word of encouragement, a piece of advice, or a connection you make for someone else can change the entire trajectory of their life. And the energy you put into the world always finds its way back to you. People remember those who helped them. They remember those who went the extra mile, who gave without expecting, who genuinely cared. And when opportunities arise, they think of those who invested in them. The relationships you build through service become the foundation for future success. The most powerful leaders in history were not the ones who demanded the most, but the ones who served the most. Leadership is not about authority, it's about influence. And influence is earned through service. People follow those who inspire them, who empower them, who help them grow. If you want to rise in any field, focus on elevating others. When you make others better, you automatically rise with them. When you solve problems for others, you create value. When you put people first, success follows naturally. Serving is not just about what you do for others, it also transforms you. When you shift from a mindset of getting to a mindset of giving, you become more fulfilled, you experience a deeper sense of purpose. You become more grateful, more connected, and more motivated. Your work takes on a new level of meaning because it's no longer just about what you can achieve, but about the impact you can make. This shift changes how you approach everything. Business, relationships, personal growth. It makes you more resourceful, more creative, and more open to possibilities. Giving also creates abundance. When you help others succeed, you attract success. When you share your knowledge, you grow in wisdom. When you mentor others, you reinforce your own lessons. When you give generously, people want to support you in return. This is why some of the wealthiest people in the world are also the most philanthropic. They understand that giving is not a loss, it's an investment. It multiplies, expands, and creates new opportunities in ways that taking never could. Many people hold back from serving because they expect immediate rewards. They think, what's in it for me? But the true power of giving is that the rewards don't always come instantly, and they don't always come from the places you expect. Sometimes the benefits of serving don't show up until years later in ways you never anticipated. A person you helped years ago suddenly introduces you to a life-changing opportunity. A relationship you built through generosity opens a door you never saw coming. The seeds you plant today through service grow into a harvest that sustains you for a lifetime. Some people assume that serving means sacrificing success. They believe that if they focus on others, they won't have time to build their own dreams. But the opposite is true. When you serve, you expand your network, strengthen your influence, and position yourself as someone who adds value. The best businesses, the strongest brands, and the most influential people are those who focus on solving problems, meeting needs, and making a difference. Success follows those who serve. The people who struggle the most are often the ones who focus only on themselves. They operate from a mindset of scarcity, fearing that helping others will take away from their own success. But this approach limits them. It keeps them isolated, disconnected, and unfulfilled. They may achieve short-term gains, but they miss out on the deeper rewards that come from creating value for others. On the other hand, those who give freely build relationships that open doors, create goodwill that attracts opportunities, and develop a reputation that draws success toward them. Some of the greatest success stories in history come from people who built their legacy on service. They didn't just focus on making money. They focused on making an impact. And because they did, they achieved more wealth, influence, and fulfillment than they ever could have by focusing solely on themselves. The most successful entrepreneurs solve problems for millions of people. The most respected leaders empower those around them. The most beloved individuals give without expectation, and in doing so, they receive more than they ever imagined. The principle of serving first and prospering later is not just about business. It applies to every area of life. In relationships, the more you give love, support, and encouragement, the stronger your connections become. In personal growth, the more you teach and mentor others, the more you reinforce your own learning. In health and well-being, the more you contribute to the well-being of others, the more positive energy flows back into your own life. The act of giving is not a one-way street. It is a cycle that continuously brings back blessings, opportunities, and success. Most people underestimate the power of small acts of service. They think that making a difference requires grand gestures or massive resources, but true service is found in the little things. The way you treat people, the way you show up, the way you contribute even when no one is watching. A simple act of kindness, a piece of advice, a willingness to help can create a chain reaction that leads to incredible outcomes. When you make serving others a habit, you begin to see opportunities everywhere. You start to recognize ways to add value in every interaction. You become someone who people trust, respect, and want to be around. Giving is not just about charity. It's about contribution. It's about using your gifts, talents, and resources to make the world better. It's about shifting from a mindset of competition to a mindset of collaboration. It's about recognizing that success is not a limited resource. There is enough for everyone, and by helping others win, you win too. The most successful people understand that the secret to long-term success is not in taking, but in giving. They know that prosperity is the natural result of creating value for others. They know that service is the foundation of influence, impact, and lasting success. Most people go through life without a clear sense of direction. They wake up every day, go through their routines, handle their responsibilities, and react to whatever life throws at them. They operate in survival mode, moving from one task to the next without a deeper sense of purpose. But success is not random. It doesn't happen by accident. It is the result of clear intention, focused effort, and a strong connection to something greater than yourself. If you don't know where you're going, you will drift. And drifting leads to frustration, stagnation, and missed opportunities. The key to achieving anything significant in life is to align your goals with a purpose that is bigger than you. Purpose gives meaning to your actions. It fuels you when obstacles arise. It keeps you moving forward when things get difficult. Without a strong sense of purpose, even the most ambitious goals can feel empty. People chase wealth, status, and success, but when they achieve it without purpose, they still feel unfulfilled. That's because true success is not just about what you accomplish, it's about why you do it. It's about knowing that your work, your efforts, and your achievements contribute to something meaningful. The most successful people are not just focused on personal gain. They are driven by a mission, a vision, and a cause that extends beyond themselves. One of the biggest challenges people face is figuring out their purpose. Many believe that purpose is something they have to find, as if it is hidden somewhere, waiting to be discovered. But purpose is not something you find. It is something you create. It is something you choose. It is a combination of your gifts, your passions, your experiences, and your values. It is the unique way that you are meant to contribute to the world. It is the impact that only you can make. You don't have to wait for a lightning bolt of inspiration to strike. You simply have to start asking yourself the right questions. What are you passionate about? What are you naturally good at? What problems in the world do you care about solving? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? These questions help you uncover what truly drives you. Too many people spend their lives chasing things that don't actually matter to them. They pursue careers they don't enjoy, follow paths that others expect them to take, and make decisions based on fear instead of passion. They ignore the voice inside them that is calling them to something greater. When you don't listen to that voice, you end up living a life that feels unfulfilling, no matter how much success you achieve. Aligning your goals with a greater purpose shifts everything. It gives you clarity. It helps you make decisions faster because you have a guiding principle that directs your actions. It gives you the courage to take risks because you know you are working towards something meaningful. It helps you push through challenges because you are driven by something bigger than temporary comfort or convenience. When you have a strong purpose, you no longer need external motivation to keep going. You wake up every day with a sense of urgency and excitement because you know that what you are doing matters. Success without purpose is exhausting. It leads to burnout because you are constantly chasing external rewards that never truly satisfy you. But success with purpose is energizing. It makes you feel alive. It fills you with enthusiasm because every step forward feels meaningful. Purpose transforms hard work from a chore into a mission. It makes challenges feel like stepping stones instead of roadblocks. It turns obstacles into lessons that shape you instead of burdens that break you. Many people struggle with self-doubt when it comes to pursuing their purpose. They think, who am I to do this? They compare themselves to others who are more experienced, more accomplished, or more well-known. They let fear keep them from stepping into their calling. But the truth is, purpose is not about being the best. It's not about waiting until you have everything figured out. It's about showing up every day and making a difference in the way only you can. You don't have to be perfect to have a purpose. You just have to be willing to take action. Another mistake people make is thinking that their purpose has to be some grand, world-changing mission. They believe that if they're not starting a nonprofit, curing diseases, or leading a revolution, then their purpose doesn't matter. But purpose is not about scale. It's about impact. You don't have to change the whole world to live a life of purpose. You just have to change the world around you. A teacher who inspires their students is living with purpose. A business owner who provides jobs and supports their community is living with purpose. A parent who raises their children with love and wisdom is living with purpose. Purpose is not about what you do, it's about how and why you do it. When you align your goals with your purpose, success becomes inevitable. It may not come instantly, but every step you take will be moving you in the right direction. You will attract the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances. You will develop a resilience that allows you to keep going when others give up. You will no longer feel like you're wandering through life without direction because every action you take will be aligned with something meaningful. Living with purpose also changes how you handle failure. Instead of seeing failure as a sign to quit, you see it as a lesson that shapes you. You understand that setbacks are not the end of the road, they are part of the process. When you are driven by purpose, failure does not shake you because you know that your mission is bigger than any single obstacle. You see challenges as opportunities to grow instead of reasons to give up. This mindset is what separates those who achieve great things from those who remain stuck. One of the biggest advantages of having a clear purpose is that it eliminates distractions. In today's world, there are endless things competing for your attention. Social media, entertainment, and other people's opinions can pull you in 100 different directions. Without a strong purpose, it's easy to get caught up in things that don't actually move you forward. But when you know your purpose, you have a filter for what deserves your time and energy. You stop saying yes to things that don't align with your mission. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You become laser focused on what truly counts. A strong purpose also makes you more influential. People are naturally drawn to those who are passionate about what they do. When you live with purpose, you inspire others to do the same. You become a leader, not because of a title, but because of the way you live. Your energy becomes contagious. Your commitment becomes a magnet that attracts opportunities, relationships, and success. People want to follow those who have a clear vision and a strong sense of direction. When you embody purpose, you become someone who others look to for guidance, motivation, and inspiration. Some people think they don't have time to pursue their purpose because they are too busy surviving. They are caught up in paying bills, handling responsibilities, and managing daily stress. But the reality is, not pursuing your purpose is what keeps you stuck in survival mode. When you live without purpose, life feels like a struggle. But when you align your actions with a deeper mission, you find new energy, new motivation, and new solutions that you never saw before. Purpose doesn't make life easier, but it makes it more meaningful. It gives you the strength to push through the struggles instead of being defeated by them. No matter where you are in life, it is never too late to align your goals with your purpose. You don't need anyone's permission to start living a life that matters. You don't have to wait until you have more money, more experience, or more confidence. You can start right now, where you are, with what you have. Every step you take in the direction of your purpose moves you closer to the life you were meant to live. Every action you take with intention creates momentum that leads to success. The only thing standing between you and a life of purpose is the decision to start. Faith and action must go hand in hand. Too many people rely solely on one or the other. Some people pray for success but never take the necessary steps to make it happen. Others work tirelessly but never seek guidance, never align themselves with a higher purpose, and never trust in something greater than themselves. Both approaches lead to frustration. Faith without action is wishful thinking. Action without faith is exhausting and directionless. The most successful people understand that they must combine both, having a deep belief in what is possible while also doing the hard work required to achieve it. Faith gives you the vision, the courage, and the resilience to move forward even when circumstances seem impossible. It allows you to step into opportunities that seem beyond your reach. It keeps you strong when you face setbacks. But faith alone is not enough. You must also act. You must move toward your goals with discipline, strategy, and persistence. Many people pray for success, but then sit back and wait for it to come to them. They hope for breakthroughs, but never step outside their comfort zones. They wish for better circumstances, but refuse to take responsibility for creating them. Faith is powerful, but it is not a substitute for action. It is a force that must fuel your efforts, not replace them. At the same time, action without faith is equally dangerous. Some people grind every day, pushing themselves to the limit, but they lack belief in something greater than themselves. They think everything depends on their own strength, and as a result, they carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. They experience constant stress, anxiety, and burnout. They may achieve external success, but inside, they feel empty. They are always chasing, never satisfied, always moving, but never feeling at peace. That is what happens when action is disconnected from faith. Faith brings peace, clarity, and a sense of purpose. It reminds you that you are not alone in your journey. It allows you to trust the process, to remain patient, and to keep going even when you don't immediately see results. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that faith means waiting. They believe that if they just pray hard enough, the right opportunity will fall into their lap. But faith is not passive. It is active. It requires movement. It requires stepping out even when you don't have all the answers. It requires putting in the effort, taking risks, and trusting that as you move forward, the right doors will open. Too many people sit on the sidelines, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the right conditions, waiting until they feel completely ready. But the truth is, you will never feel 100% ready. You will never have all the answers in advance. You have to take the first step and trust that the rest of the path will be revealed as you go. Faith is about believing in what you cannot see, but action is about making it a reality. You have to work as if everything depends on you, while believing that everything depends on something greater than you. That balance creates unstoppable momentum. It removes fear, because you know that even if things don't go exactly as planned, you are being guided. It eliminates doubt because you are not relying on your own strength alone. It gives you endurance because you know that setbacks are temporary and that as long as you keep moving, you will reach your destination. Another reason people hesitate to take action is fear. They fear failure, rejection, judgment, and uncertainty. They let doubt hold them back. But true faith eliminates fear. It replaces doubt with confidence. It reminds you that you are capable, that you are being guided, that you have everything you need to succeed. The only way to overcome fear is to act despite it. The more you take action, the more your confidence grows. Every step forward strengthens your belief in what is possible. Every challenge you overcome reinforces your faith. Faith also teaches patience. In a world obsessed with instant results, many people give up too soon. They try something for a few weeks, don't see immediate success, and assume it's not working. But real success takes time. Seeds don't grow into trees overnight. Every step you take, every effort you make is planting something that will grow in its own time. This is why faith is so important. It keeps you committed, even when results are not yet visible. It allows you to trust the process, to keep showing up, to keep putting in the work, even when it feels like nothing is happening. At the same time, faith without action is an excuse. Some people use faith as a way to avoid responsibility. They tell themselves that if something is meant to happen, it will happen on its own. But that is not how life works. Faith requires you to move. If you want a better career, you have to develop new skills, put yourself out there and take risks. If you want better relationships, you have to invest in people, communicate, and give before you expect to receive. If you want to build a business, you have to take bold steps, learn from failure, and continuously improve. Faith does not exempt you from effort. It empowers you to take bigger, bolder action. Some of the most successful people in the world are those who live by this principle. They are deeply committed to their beliefs, but they also work harder than anyone else. They don't just sit back and wait for things to happen. They create their own opportunities. They combine prayer with preparation, belief with boldness, and trust with tenacity. That combination is what leads to extraordinary success. Faith also changes how you handle setbacks. Without faith, failure feels final. It feels like proof that you are not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable. But with faith, failure becomes a lesson. It becomes a stepping stone instead of a roadblock. It becomes a necessary part of the journey instead of the end of the road. When you have faith, you understand that setbacks are temporary. They are just challenges meant to strengthen you, to teach you, and to prepare you for greater things. That mindset keeps you from quitting when things get tough. It allows you to push through obstacles with confidence, knowing that every struggle is making you stronger. Another critical aspect of faith-driven action is persistence. Most people give up too early. They start something, hit a challenge, and assume it wasn't meant to be. But anything worth achieving requires perseverance. Success does not come to those who quit at the first sign of difficulty. It comes to those who stay committed, who keep going even when progress is slow, who continue taking action even when they don't feel motivated. This is where faith plays a crucial role. Faith reminds you why you started. It gives you the inner strength to keep pushing forward. It helps you stay focused on the bigger picture instead of getting discouraged by temporary struggles. Another thing that stops people from taking action is waiting for everything to be perfect. They want to have all the answers before they start. They want to feel 100% ready before they take the first step. But perfectionism is just another form of fear. It keeps you stuck. It gives you an excuse to delay. The reality is you will never have all the answers before you begin. You will never feel completely ready. The only way to gain clarity is to take action. The only way to get better is to start. The only way to build confidence is through experience. Faith-driven action requires boldness. It requires making decisions with conviction, moving forward with confidence, and trusting that you are being led in the right direction. It means stepping out even when the path is unclear. It means believing that even when things don't go as planned, they are still working in your favor. It means refusing to let fear, doubt, or setbacks hold you back. When you live this way, combining faith with relentless action, you become unstoppable. You develop a level of resilience, focus, and determination that few people have. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting. You take control of your future, knowing that as long as you keep moving forward, success is inevitable.